What's cracking, guys? Bruce Madsen here, your host show, Metro Scout Fantasy Football, and my goal is to find those edges to help you out in your Dynasty Fantasy Football leagues, help you build your teams. And I got a prospect here, a player who's probably on the waiver wire most your leagues, if not all of them. No one's talking about. He's dirt cheap, he's free, he can be like the wide receiver 10 on your team, and we just want to see what happens with him. I'm not saying he's got wide receiver 1 upside or wide receiver 2 upside, but he's a player that you can get for free, that you may be able to use for just this year if you're lucky next year, but more than likely as a 1-year rental, a free rental that could possibly help you out in a pinch because the depth chart's wide open for him. He had a 58% snap share last year, has a 75 percentile size adjusted speed score. He's a waiver wire dandy in fantasy, a free pickup. If you got the room for him, you might be interested. If not, this might not be for you, but if it is, then you may want to look into him. I'm talking about Nick Westbrook from the Tennessee Titans. It's an open depth chart there. They got Robert Woods, Treylon Burks, and him. He's one of the main wide receivers there with continuity with Tannehill. It's limited. It's not much, but it's better than nothing. Showed up in some spots last year, had some games, and he's going to be on the field running routes, or he's at least projected to, which is something good to see. And again, I'm looking at him to be my wide receiver 8, 9, 10, 11, like the back end of my bench. I'm looking to get him free off the waiver wire, and I'm not paying for him at all. I do not want to pay a dime for him. I'm not trading for him. I'm not seeing out any picks, any offers. I'm seeing if I can get him free off the waiver wire, and if I can add him on the back end of my roster as technically like a redraft asset to where he can sit on the back of my roster on my depth chart and see if I need him, see if something materializes. And if it doesn't, I can easily cut bait. There's 0 sunk cost involved, and he's just a waiver wire dandy that you can watch because this depth chart's open. They could even add another veteran for all we know here in the next few days, weeks, months leading up to the season. But right now, there looks like there could be some opportunity. Treylon Burks is a rookie. He's an interesting rookie, but there's a chance there could be some developmental issues for him that he needs to get over before he starts getting a lot of targets, snaps, or whatnot, enough workload to be a true competitor in the offense. The target share, Robert Woods is there, but that doesn't mean he's going to take over the distribution of targets. He's coming back from an injury as well. This could be the time for Westbrook to hold some value in that offense, get some looks, maybe be a spot starter in fantasy, maybe have some games where he does something for us. But if we have a volatile depth chart at wide receiver on our fantasy team, he may be a guy to look for. If your wide receiver 8, 9, 10 on your roster is somebody you can flip for a late round pick, mid round pick, or something like that holds some value, and you think you can get Westbrook who can deliver the same amount of production or something similar, like that wide receiver has some perceived value, or another player on your bench, you may want to make that move. That way you're adding capital to your team. But this is just another waiver wire dandy to look into, and if something happens to where it looks like he's not going to hit, not get the opportunity, or you find something else better, you can just cut bait real quick and move on to the next thing because there's no sunk cost involved. Again, this is just another outside the box theory I got for you guys to help you build your dynasty teams, to help you look on the waiver wire, to find some potential, to find something that could hit for you. Nick Westbrook is a player that I am not ever seeing becoming a wide receiver 1 or a wide receiver 2. This isn't a tout piece. This is a piece where I'm trying to find some edges for you to help you build your dynasty fantasy football teams. And we all have those players like that. A lot of you guys can bring those up in the comments. Let us know who are those late round waiver wire guys that we can add to our rosters. Help everybody else who's watching the show. Make sure you hit that subscribe button on the way out. Helps fuel the channel, helps motivate me to keep bringing these videos to you to help you guys out with your dynasty fantasy football teams, your Devy teams, your redraft teams, and all those formats. But again, I want to thank you, and I'll catch you next time.